decision.
So you said your first customers were agencies, right? Who were your next customers, and how did you basically validate the idea with them?
You mean when we realized that brands are our...
Yeah, brands, yeah, because
It's very simple. They started to pay.
So you guys had a trial. So you guys had a trial and they started to pay, or like?
Yes, we were somehow naturally, organically, we were getting also brands coming into Contentino and testing out Contentino. And we had, we basically had different roles in our tool, and there was also an option to approve content internally. And the brands were using internal approval within our tool, and they realized that, okay, this is what we need. And yeah, it's very simple. They told us, yeah, it's perfect for us. This is our use case. We are a team of 10. We need to collaborate, and we need to approve everything internally. And they paid. And secondly, we also had brands which are having advertising agencies, but they were having different. There's a different value proposition for them. So when brands which are having agencies creating content for them, they are not really interested in creating content, collaboration, all of that. They want to have a control over the agency. So the way how they did it were the Excel sheets, and it was annoying, and lost email. So they understood the pain, but they wanted the agency to have some innovative tool which would basically let them approve the content easily, and let the agency do the content in Contentino. So that was another case why we realized, like, okay, this is also much tailored for brands.
So since you mentioned like that you guys that these companies found you, right? Brands found you. What kind of channels did you use to? How did they find you, right? What channels did you use to scale the company?
From the very beginning, we were using Facebook ads. That was our strongest acquisition channel. We were trying to do Google ads, not for us really well from the beginning. I'll explain. So we understood what is the problem. So we created a very specific messages on Facebook, visual messages that you could get the idea what Contentino is within a second. So we show the problem, which is a mess in your planning and in your collaboration, and then there's a Contentino. And it was working very well. Also, thanks to the segmentation we did, the targeting segmentation in Facebook. So we could very easily target people who are working in social media, people who are following social media experts, influencers in social media marketing, who are following advertising magazines, etc. And then we could filter them by showing them, like, okay, this is your problem, this is the solution. And they could realize, and we've seen that in the comments, that they were tagging colleagues below the comments of the ads, that, hey, this is the tool we need. So the conversion rate was very, very high from the very beginning. And basically we did what we could. Facebook is not really scalable, but at the beginning, at the early stage of the company, Facebook was the best performing acquisition channel for us. Why not Google? The thing is that when you are Googling something, you are using keywords. And what what marketing experts are usually doing, that they're going to type down scheduling tool, social media planner, social media tool, etc., etc. So they don't really know what they need. They just know that they need to plan it, or they need to schedule, or they need to somehow fix the processes. And then what happens that you appear in the Google search, and you're competing with so many different tools, which are having different niche. And then what people are doing, they're just clicking, opening the tab, registering to 5 different tools, and trying to realize, like, okay, this is a tool for me or not. So there was a lot of unqualified leads coming through Google, and our onboarding in the tool that time was not the best. they couldn't understand the value from the first impression. So we were losing a lot of leads that they were not converting, which were coming from Google, because they didn't understand that they are looking for collaboration approval tool. They didn't understand what is their problem. And in Facebook, we could easily explain, like, this is the challenge you have, this is the solution. So yeah.
Okay, but did you do the demos yourself, or like, did you guys do demos? Like, you can sign up for a trial without? Can you sign up for a trial without a demo or not?
Yes, they can. They still can sign up for a trial, for 30-day free trial. And we were pushing a lot into product demonstrations.
Okay.
You cannot serve hundreds. You cannot do hundreds of demos a month, right?
Yeah.
So, but still, we have tens of demos each month, but only with really qualified leads. And doing demos, doing product demonstration was extremely, and still is, extremely important thing to do, to show them and show them the value they can get from the tool.
Gotcha. So you started with Facebook, and then at some point, referrals started to kick in, right? And did you have any other like channels coming? Did you use any other channels?
I think that right now we are using every single channel we can. So it's a mix. It's a 360 view. I can't name a channel which would work right now the best. I would say it's equal. Organic is strong, Facebook is strong, Google is strong, and those small different channels like Quora,
LinkedIn.
they're working quite okay. So now you have to have, if you are scaling, you need to have a wide approach, and just testing what campaign is working the best, and what channel is performing the best and why, and every time optimize those channels. It's a never-ending process. But of course, word of mouth was working very well at the beginning, especially in Central Europe and Belgium and Netherlands, where we have the most clients in early stage. So yeah, I can't name any other. Facebook was really a game changer for us at the beginning.
Nice. So look, I was wondering, when you started, who was your first hire in the company?
We were two. It was me and our ex-CTO, and then we hired George. He was Juraj Zamborski. He was a very versatile role. We were always hiring passion, not experience.
Okay.
He was also junior. He just came back home from the United States, where he was interning in asset. And I remember that first he was doing marketing a little bit, and he was doing a little bit of sales, then he was doing customer success and customer support, and then he grew into one of the best salespeople I know. And now he's being excellent digital growth hacker. So that was the first person. It was not a job title. We were hired. We hired the passion, and it was a great thing we could do.
So okay, so basically Uri grew from just one position. He was like he became a T-shaped, right? But after him, did you hire a salesperson? What was the point you realized, okay, I'm hiring a salesperson?
We never actually hired a salesperson.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
We don't really have a salespeople in our company. We have customer success managers.
Okay.
Some of them are hunters, and some of them are farmers. But we don't.
Okay.
But since we don't do this outbound sale, all our clients came via inbound. So we just need to have talented people who will guide these leads to discover the value and help them to discover value. We don't really have someone who would be calling all the time, doing this cold call. Of course, our customer success team, they are doing follow up until they get the answer. But I wouldn't call them a sales team.
Mm-hmm.
And
Gotcha.
to answer your question, the next hire after Yura, it was also a customer success.
Mm-hmm.
Then we were having a couple of marketing executives who were doing marketing execution tasks, content, writing content, etc. But then we realized this might be interesting, that we have in-house, we have only 3 people on marketing, but another 15 people is working for us externally on marketing. So we realized that using these experts from outside, it's working for us better than we would have 50 people in-house.
It's very nice.
For now, who knows? I mean, it's changing very fast with our organization. We are realizing many things very fast, and we are experimenting. So for now, this is the setup which works excellent.
Nice. So basically, each expert each consultant is basically for one specific channel, or how
Yes.
do you? Yeah.
They are experts on a specific channel.
Okay, then. How many employees do you have right now? How many people?
16.
3, right? 16. 16, right? Okay.
Yes.
And how do you motivate the employees? Your 16 employees. Do you give them shares, or you know?
We don't give them shares. We gave shares just to one employee, and the main motivation is that they see the impact what they have on organization, that they work as a team, that everyone, that if someone is behind, the team will help her or him to get on track, and that they are so dependent on each other. We have 3 teams: product, marketing, and sales, or customer success, and they are very much connected, and they're communicating to each other, so they understand how valuable they are for the company. And secondly, they are being challenged. So it's not that they see the impact what they have, but they also are being challenged, and they are having also some kind of freedom what they can do. So they are doing, for example, experiments every month, and they are like, okay, this is my experiment, this is my baby. Let's see how it's going to work. And if not, okay, I'm going to find another experiment. So I think this is the biggest motivation, that they are being challenged, and they see how valuable and impactful they are for the organization and also for the clients.
Okay, cool.